All right. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Again, just want to show this right here, man. A little Eureka. Man, I don't know what we're doing right there, man. That was crazy than mud, man. So, we are about to get this going. We're about to get this in, man. Hold on for a minute. Let me check some stuff out. Okay. All right, everything's set right there. Oh, hold on for a minute. Okay. All right. So let's get this going, man. I see one person in the room. Hey, what's going on? Ron and Roy, 81. And so what I'm gonna do here, man, is kind of update my knowledge. Hey, what's going on? I am MKT. I'm gonna update my knowledge. Well, I'm gonna update. I'll make another video as my updated knowledge. I hope y'all can hear me, man. Because again, this computer acting very niggerish. I don't know what it is, man. Ain't nothing but the doggone devil. But hopefully we can go smoothly. So before I start, man, give a little background because as I said, this video is the Hebrew Israelites versus the Jehovah Witness. Now, this is not a debate, but I want to just kind of show the similarities between the two cultures. Because if you watch YouTube, you see Hebrew Israelites going off against the Jehovah Witness. I'm sitting there thinking, okay, these both, I think they're both in the same bag. Okay, so anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen first because I'm going to give a little background to the Jehovah Witness, what they believe, their culture, and where they came from. So give me 1 second, and we'll start this up in 1 second. All right. All right. So the current denomination of Jehovah's Witness started in 1919 after the president of the Watchtower Corporation reorganized and restructured what was then known as the Bible Students Movement, which eventually led him to officially change the name to what is now known as Jehovah's Witness. Man, who spelled this, man? You fired, man. You fire whoever spelled this, man. I think I spelled it. But all right. So anyway, the then president of the Watchtower Society, yeah, the Watchtower Society, the foundation actually started in the late 1800s by Charles Taze Russell, who, after being influenced and taught by Adventist teaching, became interested in prophecy. This is Charles Taze Russell. Okay. Oop. All right. Forgive me, y'all, man. I'm not good at these slides, man. You don't do. I don't do them things, man. But okay. Anyway, what Jehovah's believe? They are Unitarians. They worship one supreme God or creator who they call Jehovah, who is one, as opposed to Trinitarians who view God as three separate but equal. They believe that Jesus is God's son. He is a direct creation by God, while everything else was created by Jesus. Before coming to earth as a human, Jesus was the archangel Michael. They also believe Jesus was born of a virgin. Who spelled this, man? He was put to death on a stake, not a cross, and resurrected with a spirit body. All right. They believe the Bible is the word of God. They do not fire. They believe that those who die are in a sleep-like state. In 1919, they believe Jesus chose the Jehovah's Witness organization, then known as Bible students, as its only representatives on earth to teach the true version of Christianity. All other religions are corrupted and led by demons. This is what Jehovah's Witnesses believe. They also believe we have been living in the last days, which started in 1914 when Jesus became king of God's kingdom and threw Satan and his demons to the earth. Only 144,000 individuals will go to heaven to rule with Jesus. The rest of the Jehovah's Witnesses today and worshippers of Jehovah throughout history will live on a restored earth at peace with animals and each other. Armageddon is a war between Jesus and his angels and all governments on the earth. Okay, that's what Jehovah's Witnesses believe as far as Armageddon. They believe Jesus ruled the earth for 1,000 years. Hold on. Jesus ruled. Come on, man, get out of here. Wait, hold on for a minute, man. Okay, Jesus ruled earth for 1,000 years in which humans will be resurrected and taught the truth and eventually become perfect. All right, let me see if I get the next one up. Well, almost still bear with me. I'm just trying to go through the background of Jehovah's Witnesses. Okay, the practices and culture of Jehovah's Witnesses. They prohibit celebration of all holidays because they believe they are all pagan in origin. All members are required to preach a quota amount of hours a month in order to be viewed as active Jehovah's Witnesses. Now, if any witness that will look at this, they're going to sit here and say, oh, no, we don't have to preach. Okay, you don't have to. But if you want to be viewed in a good light by the rest of your compadres, you have a quota to reach. Okay? They do not encourage higher education. When I say do not encourage, when I say do not encourage, it means that they don't really push it as something that you should do. All right, they don't point blankly say that you it'd be wrong to go to college, but they don't encourage it. All right. Jehovah's Witnesses also discourage close friendships with people who are not Jehovah's Witnesses, even if they are your family members. They commemorate the death of Jesus once a year, but only those that go to heaven partake of the bread and wine. Remember, there's only 144,000 go to heaven. The majority of those are already up there, according to Jehovah's Witnesses. So if you go to a memorial of Jehovah's Witness, you will not be eating the bread and wine. You'll be watching that glass and that plate pass around. All right. Jehovah's Witnesses does not require obedience to Mosaic laws, such as fasting, circumcision, the annual festival, Sabbath, animal sacrifice, etc. But they do prohibit blood transfusions and any principle that goes against the law of Christ, which is murder, stealing, fornication, idolatry, drunkenness, etc., etc. Disobedience will result in being disfellowshipped or ostracized. All right, and they follow a hierarchy in Jehovah's Witness term. Let me show you the hierarchy, and then I'll get back to you. All right, a hierarchy. Here's the hierarchy of Jehovah's organization. Jehovah, he's the highest authority, but guess what? He rules and judges through Jesus and the organization. Next in line is Jesus. He judges and leads the organization through angels, God's spirit, and the faithful slave. Now, I want to point something out interesting about this. In Jehovah in this world, Jehovah and Jesus are both the highest, but they don't rule directly, they rule through. The only person that rule directly is the faithful slave. The faithful slave is a group of men that interpret the Bible and prophecies, and they make executive decisions for all Jehovah's Witnesses that must be unquestionably obeyed and agreed with. Anybody who dissents or shows disagreement will be subject to an inquisition and eventually ostracized and shunned and labeled as an apostate/demon worshiper. Under the faithful slave are circuit overseers. These are sent out to every congregation to encourage by means of lectures, appoint new elders, audit the congregation finances, and take a report of the congregation's condition back to the faithful and discreet slave. Next in line under circuit overseers is elders. They lead the congregations. They discipline wrongdoers. Man, okay, forget the spelling. Don't worry about, listen to me. Don't worry about this, right, man. They discipline wrongdoers. They make local decisions on how each congregation member should preach and what is socially acceptable in that local area. So for congregation, they each have a culture, but each congregation sometimes be more lenient, depending on the body of elders. Okay, underneath the elders, there are ministerial servants. These are basically elders in training. They assist elders with smaller tasks that the elders don't feel like doing, such as distributing literature and different things. And underneath the ministerial servants, basically the husbands. These are the ones who lead individual families. If your family's acting out of line, the elders not gonna go to your family; they're gonna come to you as a husband. All right. So I think that's enough of that. Let me see if I got everything right. See if I got everything right. So let's get back into my video. All right. Got 7 people in the room, man. What's going on? Great thing. How you doing? How it is? Yeah, exactly. MKT. Who compiled this, man? They need to go back to school. You know what I'm saying? They go back to school. All right. Latanya Smith in the room. I'm not sure she's in here, but what's going on, Latanya Smith? Are you in the room? All right. So just to give you a little background. Give you a little background of myself. I was a Jehovah's Witness since the year 2003 officially. I officially made my conversion through baptism in 2003, November 15th. Actually, the anniversary will be next month. Great thing says 7 white men and 1 wannabe white man. All right. So before that, I was studying since 1998. So I've studied on and off 1998 to 2003. What's that? 5 years on and off because a lot I didn't want to full fledged jump into it and be fake. All right, so I jumped in and out. Okay. 2017, I stopped going to the meetings. I think I woke up in 2015, but was still in there going. All right. Um, 2017, I officially stopped going. Have not written a letter of disassociation. Not gonna waste my time, man. I don't need to worry about what they talking about. They have no control over me. I just stopped going. All right. I don't need anybody to tell me to do anything what I don't feel like doing. It's not that important in my life. Okay. Now, all right. Yeah, what's going on, Latanya Smith? All right. Now I want to get into the Hebrew Israelites, and then we can get into this video. All right. So again, let's get to this misspelled PowerPoint. Forget the spelling, man. Don't worry about the spelling, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people spell things a little differently, but let me share my screen again, and we're going to go into the Hebrew Israelite. All right. Let's get back into this PowerPoint real quick. All right. One group. Hold on. There is not one group of Hebrew Israelites. There are many groups of Hebrew Israelites. Okay, cool. It's great. There's not one group of Hebrew Israelites. There are many groups with many different beliefs and practices. I'm going to go to the main ones here. All right. So, um, if a Hebrew Israelite say they don't believe in anything, or what you're talking about, just remember they might not be under that school of thought. It's the same as the Muslims. You have the Sunni and the Shiite Muslims. Depending on what school they come to, they're going to believe different things. But again, there's still a common denominator between all of them, and that common denominator is that these black people believe that they are somehow Israelites that went to Egypt, got enslaved for 400 years, got released by Moses, and da 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 da, and eventually we here in America as black people. Okay, so one school of thought, or the original Hebrew Israelite group, started after slavery. Well, the thoughts came during slavery. Okay, I think Nat Turner would be considered Hebrew Israelite. Harriet Tubman was considered Moses. Things like that. So the ideology or the thought that us as slaves were special people, it started, you could say, during slavery after we got taught the Bible. Okay, because again, the Bible did not reach South Africa. All right, Europeans were scared to go down to South Africa. They sent doggone who's these people? They sent other nationalities down to South Africa to get them information. Okay. But anyway, that's enough of me talking. So the Church of God and Saints of Christ, founded in 1896 by William Sander Crowder. Okay. This group believes that Jesus was just a prophet. He was neither God nor God's son, so he's fully human. All right. So again, they don't worship Jesus; they just believe he was a prophet. Okay. They use the Jewish calendar. They celebrate the Passover and the Sabbath. They also practice circumcision, baptism, and foot washing. Okay, so that's one sect of Hebrew Israelites. And eventually, as time went on, these sects split off, and someone came disgruntled and came up with their own interpretation what real Hebrew Israelitism is. All right, American Hebrew Israelites of Jerusalem, founded in 1966. Its founders Ben Ami Ben Israel. After being told by the angel Gabriel to take his people back to the Holy Land, they first went to, I think they went to Israel, got kicked out, went down to Libya, and do real down there, went back to Israel. Now they are permanent residents in Israel. Okay. Their beliefs is they keep the Sabbath, the Passover, the Atonement Day. They have a vegan-based diet. They abstain from alcohol and drugs. They practice fasting, circumcision, and polygamy. They prohibit birth control. They wear tzitz, whatever that is, tassels on your shirt. They refer to God's son as Yeshua. God's Don Bishop Don Juan Yeshua. All right. They does not they do not believe in the afterlife. Heaven and hell are conditions in a person's life. So again, as you see, even these two different sects of Hebrew Israelites don't really believe and agree on the same thing. Some just don't eat pork, some don't eat meat. I don't know what school you do. That's why you talk to Israelite, you have to ask them what school of thought. Who do they study under? And you get a better understanding of where they come from. All right, another sect, Commandment Keepers, founded in 1919. What? Wait a minute. 1919? No, when is founded in 1919? Or Jesus went and inspected the temple. I wanted to Jesus see the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, anyway. They were founded by Wentworth Arthur Matthew. Their beliefs and customs, they reject the Christian New Testament. They practice circumcision. They celebrate the bar mitzvah. I don't know you celebrate it, but it's really a coming age where children are accountable for their own actions. Before that, the parents are really accountable, are responsible for that. And they believe they are descendants of King Solomon and Queen Sheba. Okay. Side note of that is some of the who's this guy? He wear the dress to look like a lion, and he believes he's from there. Okay, maybe that's neither here nor there. All right, and another one of the main ones that's out today, the Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ. They were founded in 2000 by Tzadkiah. Their beliefs and custom, Black Jesus, not just Jesus, Black Jesus, y'all, will return to kill enslaved white people. They believe 12 tribes of blacks are scattered throughout earth. They believe that white people are biracial Edomites, refer to God's son as Yahweh, and they reject the Trinity. All right, and that's the end of that right there, man. We're gonna build catastrophe, and let's get back to my face. All right. Okay, so let's see what's going to run. All right, Great Dane says that yes, it is, sir. That's my hometown. I'm from Oakland, California. I don't live out there no more. You know what I'm saying? A little too expensive for my taste. I like where I'm at now, but yeah, that's my hometown. What's going on, Maggot Stew? Um, hold on for a minute. Trying to wait and see if Cousin's going to join me momentarily. Okay, 6 people. Why do I see 4? Give me 1 second, y'all. See if he got the link. All right. Okay. So while we wait for him, if he's going to show up, just want to go through a couple of things of the Hebrew Israelites. All right. So do they line up here? Okay. Do they line up with the Bible? Is one of the first questions. And again, some of the similarities I see, and this is going by one click. Okay, it's not all of them. It's the fact that Jehovah's Witness and the Hebrew Israelites both view themselves as people of the Bible. What do I mean? Hebrew Israelites believe they are physical Israelites. Jehovah's Witness or the anointed branch believe they are spiritual Israelites. Okay, so this is a similarity between the two. Okay, whereas a lot of times the only way you can prove that is not through a secular source, because the term spiritual Israelite is not in the Bible. So Jehovah's Witnesses call themselves spiritual Israelites. That's some made up term. Also, the fact that Hebrew Israelites claim to be physical Israelites, you can't prove that through DNA, nor can you prove that through secular sources. You have to go to a scripture. Okay. Both believe in a parallel application of prophecy. So when one prophecy is not completely fulfilled, there's going to be another fulfillment. Case in point, the Deuteronomy 28, which they always refer to. Okay, Deuteronomy 28 talks about a people taken from their land, being captive in a foreign land they did not know. They're going to have children that's not their own. Okay, it can parallel to our situation over in America, but a lot of Deuteronomy 28 does not apply to the Americanized slavery. A lot of that was not fulfilled, so it had to have a different fulfillment. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm trying to see. What? Give me 1 second. Okay. Well, let me take this off real quick. Get that on. Okay. 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 So, yes. Yes. Hebrew Israelites believe that all blacks, not just African American blacks, they believe Jamaicans, Puerto Ricans, Mexican, anything that's not European is from a different tribe of Israel. Puerto Rican, Trinidadian, I mean, you name it, it's a different nation. African Americans are from the kingly tribe, which is Judea, which means they were ruled in the new earth. All right. Hold on for a minute. Let me get a little sip. This stuff helps me think. All right. Contrary to popular view, stuff helps me think real good. Okay. Okay. Yes. All right. Now, the similarity between Jehovah's Witnesses and the Hebrew Israelites I see is sometimes when you refer to a scripture that they cannot answer, a lot of times they will deflect into another scripture. Okay. And Jehovah's Witnesses will do that. Jehovah's Witnesses will pinpoint one scripture, and if they can't answer that, they have to deflect into another scripture. So a lot of times you have to go all across the Bible. You have to zigzag through different scriptures to make your point meet. Instead of looking at the context and looking at the background, a lot of times what these individuals will do is they pinpoint on one scripture, and when they can't answer that, there's some contradiction, they have to point you into another part. When you refer to science, history, archaeology, any kind of secular source that scholars understand, they will only accept the part that agrees with their ideology. And I've seen different Hebrew Israelites do that. Okay. Jehovah's Witnesses do that. Okay. So that's the similarities. Now, what I want to do now, still wait for my cousin to get on. I don't know if he might not be coming on today. But anyway, what I want to do now is kind of go through Deuteronomy 28 and see if that really applies to the African slave trade from the European from Africa over here to America. Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm back. All right. So first off, here we go. Whoop. Hold on for 1 second. Hold on 1 second, man. Hold on. I'm usually more smoother than this. I should have been more prepared. I just came from a barbecue, so that's why I started late. All right. So anyway, first of all, one of the questions I want to ask, okay, because, and again, let me share my screen real quick. I want to show you something. Let me share my screen. As you can see, here we go. See if I can show this real quick. It's slowing me down. I'm trying to get my stuff in order, man. And I don't want okay. So anyway, but the Hebrew Israelites, here's why they break it down. The tribe of Judah is the Negroes, okay? Benjamin is the West Indians, Levi is the Haitians, Simeon is the Dominicans, Zebulun is the Guatemalans, Ephraim is the Puerto Ricans, Manasseh is the Cubans, Gad is the North American Indians, Reuben is the Somali Indians, Naphtali is Argentina and Chile, Asher is Colombia, and Ishkatar is the Mexicans. Okay, so that's how they break it down. Okay, okay, let me stop sharing this real quick. Okay, now here's the question I will pose to the Hebrew Israelites. Since there are no, because according to the Israelites of the Bible, they kept the chronicles of their ancestry. Okay, so if you go to the book of Chronicles, you'll see each tribe. You see people go back to their ancestry. Okay, during slavery, any records that slaves or Africans had would not have been transferred over here. So how would an individual Hebrew Israelite know what tribe he's from? Okay, for instance, 21 Savage. I did not know this Negro wasn't even black until he got escorted out this country and sent back to Haiti or something. I didn't know that Negro was not even black. So how could you tell an individual is not an Israelite or what tribe he's from unless you know his accent or things like that? Are you going based on faith? What are you going based off of? This is one of the issues I would have. Myself, I'm a biracial individual. So which one would I go to? Would it be my father or my mother? Okay. For instance, my father is Puerto Rican. Okay. Now, Puerto Rican. Give you a little history of the Puerto Rican ethnicity. When they brought the slaves from Africa, they settled some of them on an island that is now known as Puerto Rico. Okay. The indigenous people over there were Taino Indians or Tainos. Okay. So when they dropped the Africans off over there, the Africans interbreeded with the Tainos, and eventually some of the Spaniards interbreeded with the Tainos and Africans, and that's how you get the Puerto Rican ethnicity. Now, some Puerto Ricans have more European DNA in them, and hence they will be the white Puerto Ricans. Some Puerto Ricans have more African DNA in them, hence you have the black Africans. So, as my father is a Puerto Rican, which is a mixture of three different ethnicities, which tribe is he more of? The African or the uh, indigenous Indian people? You see what I'm saying? This is the thing that stumbles me. I wish my cousin would come over and answer this for me. This is why I was going to ask him how does answer, but he's not answering his phone. So I'll give him a couple of minutes. Come on. Um, This is what I'm asking, okay? So how could we, all the Negroes in America, 13% of the American country, 13%, and we're not even united. We all, even though sometimes we have the same culture, you can go to one part of America, and the black people are going to talk and act the same way as another part. But a lot of us over here are not Negro. Some of us are African. Some of us are Jamaican. But still, you cannot tell unless they have an accent. So how, if a Jamaican went to your temple, how would you know he's from which tribe? This is the question I have. You see what I'm saying? Also, check this out. This is gonna surprise you because hold on for a minute. Check this out. I'm gonna show you something real quick. Y'all ain't gonna like this. All you all you pro blacks and you not liking people dating interracially. Yes, hold on for a minute. And okay, T, give me a minute to get on. My cousin, come on. I'll let you get on for a minute. You see that, man? My thing just kicked me out, man. Is this black Jesus or white Jesus doing this? I don't understand. Something prevented me from doing my thing smoothly. I'm just joking. I'm not trying to blaspheme Jesus or anything, but it seems that, you know what I'm saying? If you're trying to bring the truth out of something, it seems like stuff should be going smoothly. It seems like God should be helping me bring this truth out and bring some understanding. But anyway, here we go. I'm going to share my screen real quick. Get back to where I was at. Hold on for 1 second. And I'll get to your comments in a minute. Hold on for 1 second. I think I got too much stuff going on up here. I hope we can see that. Can y'all see that screen right there? Hold on, let me see. Okay, there we go. Let me fill it up real quick. And you guys not gonna like this, man. Especially you pro blacks and all this other stuff who, oh, you a coon for marrying that white woman. Okay. Genetic study reveals surprising ancestry in many Americans. Okay, here it is. The average African American genome, for example, is nearly a quarter European. What? Y'all not gonna like that. So here's my question. And see, I would ask my cousin this to explain this to me. We as African Americans in this country, we have been sodomized, raped, took from our land, and everything else. A lot of black people are not fully blooded African. Some of us have Edomite, according to them, Edomite blood or DNA in us. Okay? So again, how can you tell which tribe you're from? You're not even fully, if you go along to Hebrew Israelite theology, you're not even fully blooded Hebrew Israelite. You're part Edomite and part Israelite. And then whatever you mix with later on down, you see what I'm saying? And the same thing with, you could say the Mexicans, which is a nationality, but even the Mexicans not full blooded. That when we came over here, there were indigenous people, different tribes, different clans, different ethnicities over here. You had the Osage, you had the Taino, you had the Blackfoot. You see what I'm saying? You had the Mohicans. And when people came over and they set the people in different islands, they interbreeded with those people to create the Jamaicans. They interbreeded indigenous people over there in Cuba to create the Cubans. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of these Hispanic, these things like that, they are a mixture of Africans that were put on those islands. So they're not really full-blooded Africans, or as you guys call them, Israelite. I call them African. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm trying to get to? Okay. All right. Anyway, seems like he's not coming on. So I'm gonna send you the link real quick, man. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I think I need some assistance, man. I'm stumbling on my words. Somebody spell my PowerPoint right. You know what I'm saying? So let me send you a link real quick. I'm gonna send you a link real quick. MKT. I'm sending it to your inbox, and I'm gonna read some of these comments real quick. Time to go to work. Oh, I'm still doing it. Huh? Okay. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Trying to get this link out real quick. Cause yeah, I do need some assistance, man. My brain is kind of tied up right now. I got too much stuff. Okay, here we go. MKT. Hold on for a minute. I'm seeing your thing. Oh no. Hey man, hey, what's going on, Southern Boss Lady? Hey, my Gmail's not right. MKT, you still in here? Yeah, my computer messing up, man. Okay, so let's see. Let's start from the beginning, man. Okay, so Roddy said, oh, is this all? I ain't read the comment. He's talking about the faithful and discreet slave, man. I ain't thought faithful and slave in like almost an hour. Yeah, they're not inspired. Yeah, you're right about that. They're not inspired. When I gave the synopsis of Joe Witness, I'm just giving from the perspective of a Joe Witness. All right, I was trying to be unbiased and factual. That's what I try to do. I try to bring the facts. You know, sometimes I might joke, still try to keep things accurate. Okay. Let's see. That's why you're not driving me. Okay, let's see what else I have. Yeah, yeah. I sent it to you. No, I sent it to you. Okay. Okay. Oh, Great Dane said, I was taught as a Joe in the 67 that the reason why black people existed was because of the curse of Ham. After Armageddon, all people returned to perfection. And see, that's the thing. See, Joe Witness, they only study history because if you study history, black was the original skin color. White is a mutation of the gene. But again, when you have white people teaching things from a supremacist mindset, they're gonna bring stupid, idiotic stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Do your history. People starting in Africa. The white skin is a mutation, not black skin. So that don't even make no sense. But again, during the 60s, 70s, yeah, you still had that racism going on. Then a bunch of Negroes went and joined this religion, thinking, okay, yeah, this sounds about right. And they copy off the Mormons. So the Mormons teach the same thing. Okay, let me see what else. Puerto Rican is nationality. Yeah, you're right. Puerto Rico, yeah, nationality because the nation, but as far as the people that come from there are referred to as Puerto Ricans. But majority of Puerto Ricans have African in them. Now, for some reason, Puerto Ricans are embarrassed of their African ancestry. That's stupid of them. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing to be embarrassed of your ancestry, Puerto Ricans, man. That's part of your ancestry. You know what I'm saying? Being mixed with African make you beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Anybody mixed with black have a beautiful skin tone to them. As some of these ignorant Puerto Ricans got a dumb mindset thinking, oh, I ain't got no African. You stupid. You do got African in you. Or else you have Indian, Native American in you, or Taino in you. But regardless, you're not white. Okay. Africans will not say they're African, but from a country in Africa. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they're not African per se, but I mean, you know, to generalize it, they're when they come over, that's what we call them. We can say Nigerian, some Liberian, Egyptian. You know what I'm saying? So just to put them together, we call them African. Um, let me see. You get it, MKT? Oh, shoot, he didn't get it. Hold on, for let's see if I can send it to your email because my email going slow. Hold on for a minute. Let me see if I can send it to you through your email. Where is that thing at, man? Let me see. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go. I'm sending to your email. I'm sending to your email. MKT. Hold on. I think it's. I had to take some stuff off because I had too much stuff open. Okay. All right, there you go. I sent it to your email right now. You should get it right now. I sent the link to your email. Let me take this off. I think I got too much tabs open. That's why my stuff is going slow. And I think my data, my what's that called? I think my okay. See if you got it. All right. Yes. So many women were violated by white owners. Yes, exactly. Women they were violated by white owners. So a lot of children, which they call mulatto, would not even have. They would have been half African, half European. But check this out. Sometimes they violated the grandchildren. So a lot of the what do you call those? what are those things from Louisiana? The Creole. My grandma was Creole. Some of those have majority European blood in them. You see what I'm saying? So if a Creole went to the Hebrew Israelite meeting, how would they know what tribe he's from? They would not bring any records from where they came from. And as somebody said, Africa's a continent. So when they sold slaves, wherever they brought them from, wherever Europeans brought them from, that was not really where they came from. They get kidnapped and then they got sold. So somebody could have kidnapped from South Africa and eventually brought up to Northeast Africa and sold. How would you have known? They didn't give no paper, no pink slip on these slaves. So how would you have known? See what I'm saying? And these are just questions I wanted to ask my cousin, but I guess I can't. We just leave that there. Okay. Did you get MKT? Yes. So the Edomite is their brother. Yes. So okay. Yeah. So here's the thing. So according to the Hebrew Israelites, their doctrine says that basically the white people is the Edomites. Okay. Africans are Hamites. So Africans are not even the same as black people in America. They're Hamites that came from Canaan, and the Israelites, the black people, came from Israel. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Latanya. Puerto Ricans are part black, but for some reason, some of them are embarrassed to say that. For some reason, some dumb reason, they're scared to say they're part African. I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know what's wrong with them, but it's all good. I'm proud to be black. I'm proud to have black and African in me because guess what? I can go out in the sun and not burn up and look like a doggone burnt piece of meat with blisters all on my skin. You know what I'm saying? That's that African blood in me. I'm happy to have that. Okay. Anyway, I don't get upset. You get that MKT? You get the link? Okay. So I think I showed that. I'm trying to get some of these tabs. I have too much tabs over there. That's what's slowing down my computer. I think that's slowing it down. And I think my RAM and stuff. All right. So let me see. Did I get all the comments. Okay. Okay. So MKT will come on now. All right. So let me get this. I'm gonna stay on for how long have I been on here? 51 minutes. Probably stay on for 20. I keep saying that, but then I go on for a whole hour. But I think I pretty much said a lot of stuff I wanted to say. I wanted to ask him a couple of questions, but I could just assume based on my research. So I'm gonna MKT on. Maybe he can help me out a little bit. Okay. Also, comes to the Hebrew Israelites. Their foundation starts in 70 CE when supposedly the Romans came and destroyed that temple and they scattered and dispersed throughout the world, all throughout the Roman Empire. And a lot of them went to Africa. Now, I've read the book of Josephus. I'm not done with it, but I have not read in there where it talks about Israelites leaving and going down to Africa. I know some went to the Tower of Masada, where they end up killing themselves. But even before the Romans came and took down the temple, a lot of Israelites had dispersed already. And a lot did not go down to South Africa, where a lot of the slaves were eventually taken from. Here's the next thing. We have the case of the Bantu Africans, right? They're not just in one part. What keeps them together was their language. Before the Europeans even thought about coming and enslaving Africans, the Arabs came down there, set up shop, trading gold for salt, you know what I'm saying, camels and all these other things. And eventually they start to take human cargo. That's where you get the Swahili people from. It's a mixture of the Arabs and Africans down over there in West Africa. Okay, that's what Swahili people is, a mixture when they came down there. So hundreds of years before the Europeans even came and took Africans over to the New World, the Arabs are already transferring slaves, the Bantu slaves and things like that, over the Indian Ocean back to Europe. So my question would be, were they transferring Israelites or were they transferring Africans? And as a Hebrew Israelites, how would they know? You see, a lot of stuff you have to go through by faith, and it'll be the same thing as Jehovah's Witness culture. A lot of stuff they say have to go by faith. How do we know Jesus picked the favorite street slave in 1919? You have to go by faith because I didn't hear Jesus tell me nothing. I didn't see no bright light, no halo, or nothing over the favorite street slave in 1919. So you have to go by faith, and it'd be the same thing as the Hebrew Israelites. They have to go by faith as to which tribe you belong to. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Hold on, we wait for MKT to come on. So let me share my screen again. I'm trying to get this stuff off of here real quick. Get this off so my computer go now. So yeah, my computer speed up now. I took all this stuff. I had too much stuff on there. That's what was going on. So let me share this BBC. I like to bring up sources on my thing. So let me share the BBC website because when we think of slave in America, we speaking on a lot of us as black people. We don't really read. You know what I'm saying? We used to hide our money in the mattresses or keep our money on us. Some old women keep their money in a bra. The best place to keep your money at is in a book because black people will not pick it up. You keep $1,000,000 in a book and it'll stay there because black people will run away from that book. And a lot of us, we don't read, we don't study, we go by what the conventional knowledge is taught in school and by white supremacists. So they're not going to teach us this stuff, okay? The only thing we know about slavery is what's taught about slavery in America. But guess what? Slavery has been going on since the beginning of time. And American slavery is not the only slavery Africans have experienced. Africans had slaves in Africa. Arabs had African slaves. Even over here in America during slavery, black people owned slaves. Okay? But anyway, let me share my screen real quick. It's loading up. Sure. And again, all this information I'm giving is just really trying to collaborate, Hebrew Israelite doctrine with history. Okay? So hold on for 1 second. Let me see if I can share my screen. If it comes on, I can take this tab off. Okay. See if we can say, there we go. In East Africa, slave trade was well established before the Europeans arrived on the scene. It was driven by the sultanates of the Middle East. African slaves ended up as sailors in Persia, pearl drivers in the Gulf, soldiers in an Omani army, and workers on the salt pans of the Mesopotamia. Many people were domestic slaves working in rich households. Women were taken as sex slaves. Arab traders began to settle among the Africans of the coast, resulting in the emergence of a people and culture known as Swahili. In the second half of the 18th century, slave trade expanded and became more organized. There was also a huge demand for ivory, and slaves were used as porters to carry it. All right, so just a history lesson right there. And again, were those Israelites that were taken from Africa, or were those Africans? You see what I'm saying? Okay, let me take this off here. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? This is what I don't understand. When we refer to Deuteronomy 28, does that just apply to Israelites, or could you apply that to any group that looks deeply enough and say that applies to us? You see what I'm saying? Because I look at Deuteronomy 28, which is their go-to scripture. They use that as really the go-to scripture to say, see, we're Israelites. But again, if you look at Bible prophecy, because what again, the Hebrew Israelites will say that Bible prophecy has parallel fulfillment. Jehovah Witnesses do the same thing. Jehovah Witnesses would do the same thing. If you look at the book of Ezekiel, yeah, most definitely Italian. When I anything with blacks, put in the book. Exactly. I think David Banner, he once said, if black people couldn't read and they was hiding all books from us, why was the only book they gave us was the Bible? If the Bible is so special and it contains so much information, why they keep every book away from us besides the Bible? Okay. Anyway, yeah, you want to have some black people put that mess in the Bible, man. I mean, put that mess in the book. Black people don't read, man. They don't read, and reading is fundamental. Reading is very fundamental. You learn a lot. You learn your vocabulary grows. All this stuff. Okay. Okay. All right. So that's my question. So yeah, if you look deeply enough in Deuteronomy 28, that scripture can apply to any people anytime that wanted to. Here's a question I have. As we know, the Bible did not reach South Africa till later on during the I would say, I don't know when the Bible reached down to South Africa. So uh before Christian explorers or before Christian preachers and missionaries went down to South Africa, which I would say happened after slavery. You understand what I'm saying? Southern Africans down in deep Africa did not know anything about the Bible. They didn't know anything about Jesus. They didn't know anything about the Israelite nation. Okay? So, when they were sold over here, they speak in their own language. Okay? A lot of them didn't understand each other because they spoke different languages. If they were truly Israelite, you understand what I'm saying? If these were truly Israelites that were sold over here, would they have forgotten their heritage? Would they have been really need taught? Would they have really need to be taught Christianity? You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of the slaves that came in had to be taught Christianity. A lot of them was not allowed in there. You know what I'm saying? So if you were really Israelite and people in the book, you have known this information already before you were brought over here to America. They were not. They didn't have that comprehension. I forgot the point I was going to make, but here's the thing: if you were really Israelite people, you would have never lost your culture. Now, true, the Israelites, when they got to Babylon and got captured by different nations, things like that, they did absorb it, but overall, they never lost their culture. Even during the Greek period. What's going on, Ladybug? Ladybug asked me, what are my beliefs? Beliefs about what? I have a lot of beliefs. Beliefs about what? Ask me a question, I answer. Beliefs about what? Because I'm here, I'm just speaking facts about African history. I'm just speaking facts about African history and collaborating with history that we know already. So what do you mean? Beliefs about what? Oh, he's trying to set up his computer and stuff like that. All right. I forgot what point I was to make. Okay, yeah. So if they brought them over here, okay, wouldn't they have already known the Bible? Wouldn't they have scriptures with them already? You see what I'm saying? If they had actually dispersed, because this is the whole ideology of the Hebrew Israelite movement. 70 CE, when the Romans came and captured Jerusalem and destroyed it and everything else, Hebrews dispersed throughout the whole world and then went down to Africa. Okay? Which they intermingled and things like that. Okay. Okay. What are my beliefs about the Bible and Christianity? Okay. Okay. Give me a second, Ladybug. Cause I'm trying to get some. I'm trying to. A second. I'll get to that in a minute. You know what? I might think I'll just make another video about that another time. Cause I don't want to go off track about my beliefs. I'm trying to get on this. So I'll probably about that at another time. But I'm going to stay on the subject right here. Give you just a synopsis. I think the Bible. Um, my belief about the Bible today we have today has been corrupted through translation and copying. Um, Whoever has the pen has the power to change. A lot of stuff we believe is based not on fact, but on tradition. You see what I'm saying? Even the Protestant movement. When the Protestant movement came in, they still celebrated Catholic holidays. So it's really not based off of the Bible. A lot of stuff is based on interpretation of tradition. So when it comes to the Bible, I believe the Bible has been corrupted and contaminated by human interpretation, and it's been contaminated by people wanting to put their own thing in it. When it comes to the Word of God, I believe that endures forever, but the Word of God is not copied on a piece of paper. My word is my word. If you copy it, that's a copy. But you translate it, that's not my word. That's a translation of my word. If I explained that right. You see what I'm saying? So as far as we have it, A lot of the Bible has been contaminated. A lot of scriptures in there are not in there anymore. For instance, First John 5:7-8. Those are not even in the most reliable manuscripts. A lot of that was added in there. All right. Far as my belief about God, I believe there is a God, but as far as knowing Him from a little book, I believe that's impossible to know Him completely from a little book. I mean, if God's small enough to fit in a little book, He's not big enough to take care of my needs. You see what I'm saying? So I just I'll go in later on a little more into what I believe about the Bible and Christianity. I'll do another video about that, but I just want to stay on because my mind sometimes it goes so much that I forget the point I'm making. All right, that's just I'm making about that. Now, Deuteronomy 28. Um, yeah, I don't want to stay on too long. Let me see. Probably stay on for stay on for 20 minutes, man. 20 more minutes, man. And then I'm a clock out, man. But I hope this video was good enough. And I'm sorry for the okay. Let's see. Southern Boss Lady. South, where I'm from, is known as the Bible Belt. It goes deeper than that. I've learned religion is just an extension of slavery. That's why the Bible is the only book for our ancestor. Yeah. But even during slavery, the Africans that learned the Bible, they still mixed up their ancient shamanism, ancient worship into the thing. Just like my grandma, she was a Catholic, but you should think she didn't go to she still didn't do like superstitious things. You see what I'm saying? Catholics don't do the superstition, but she still did superstitious thing because from Louisiana they still have like a lot of black magic and things down there. Okay, like I used to get a nosebleed. My nose used to bleed a lot. So she would take two toothpicks and put on top of my head, things like that. So the Africans, when they came over, they still kept their worship, but put a front up to the slave masters while doing their worship. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of the black religions. Hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute. Hello.
Hey, you offline?
No, I'm still on.
Oh, send me the link again. It's saying that the stream ended.
Oh, okay. Okay, I seen it. Yeah, I'll probably stay on for like 10, 15 more minutes. I'm seeing it right now.
Okay, then yeah, just send me the link back because it's saying that it's ended.
Okay. 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 Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay. And again, I want to thank you guys for staying on because I was going slow, man. I sound like doggone Forrest Gump or something. My slowness, man. So thank you guys for that. I'm more articulate when I have stuff done. My computer slowed me down, man. Trying to get all these sources and stuff, and it slowed my thinking process down. But as you guys know, I'm very quick and I'm articulating what I'm saying. I don't really go that slow. So thank you guys for hanging on in there with me. Try to get MKT on for a second. Tanya Smith said she been like, that's good, man. Yeah, get your library, man. That's you know what I'm saying? We need more of us to read. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I truly believe in the segregation. You know what I'm saying? I might be a little controversial. I believe in segregation. I believe that once we start to get integrated as black people, we start to rely more on the government than ourselves. You see what I'm saying? When we were more segregated, we knew where our sources. We didn't rely on the government. Once we got integrated, they start to the welfare state things like that. We as black people start to rely on the government, wait for them to save us. Whereas we were our only source, and we kind of lost that thinking that we only have us. You see what I'm saying? During segregation, that's all we had was us. Once we got integrated, we look at us as an enemy, and we don't think too much that we only have us. So we need more scholars. We need more people to do more things and put into it. That's my thinking about that. Hold on, I'm trying to send MKT this link. Okay. Yeah, I got a good library in there too. I got different books and stuff. I got books on history. I got a book on Marcus Garvey. Um, I kind of like his plan as far as Marcus Garvey go, but you have Negroes that got their hand in the cookie jar, and they start to think about themselves and don't realize that the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? The bigger picture does not sit to them, and that's ridiculous, man. Hold on for a minute. Yeah, MKT, hold on for a minute, because that link expired. It only lasts 10 minutes. Yeah, it only lasts 10 minutes. Hold on for a minute. Okay, it's loading right now. I'm gonna send it to you right now. Okay, here we go. Let me see if I can send it to you. Okay. You know what, MKT, man? Here's what I'm gonna do. I just put the link. I didn't want to do it. I put the link in the comment section. You want to come on? I put the link in the comments. Anybody else want to come on? I can get 6 people on here at one time. So if you want to come on, come on. I'm gonna stay on for like 10 more minutes. I know I keep saying that. I stay on for like 10 more minutes. All right. So there you go, MKT. The link is right there. If anybody want to come in, come on in. We can discuss this for like 10 more minutes, man. What's your thought about the Hebrew Israelites, or what's keeping you from joining? Because these things I'm presenting here is keeping me from joining. I would like to view me as a special person. I would like to feel that I'm specially chosen by God. You know, I would like to feel that way. But life is too short to be following ideology where at the end of the rainbow there's no pot to go. That's my issue. I would like to, as Joe would say, live on a paradise earth where I can have my own tiger or gorilla, or if the dinosaurs come back, ride a doggone Tyrannosaurus Rex. You know what I'm saying? But life is too short to get rid of stuff, and at the end of the rainbow, there's nothing there. So I have no problem if the Hebrew Israelite ideology lift you up. Okay, check out Pastor. Let me see. Check out Pastor Dog Channel. Okay, you got a link. Put the link in. I don't know. I never heard of him. Okay, and yeah, Ronan Roy. If you want to come on in, come on in, man. I can get 6 people on here. I get up to 6 people on here. And I apologize for the stumbling that I did today. This is not how I do things, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, the scholar. I am MKT, man. Here he is, man.
I
What's
wouldn't
going
say
on,
all that.
man?
Oh, not too much, man. Just having
Come on, man. You ain't that
a
humble, man.
nice
Come on, you're not that humble, man.
man. So far as I could tell, man, from the conversation I had today, somebody they don't like my last video I put out. Somebody got some problems with it, so they say I don't know enough about the English language.
Yeah, that's yeah. Are you talking about that Tide video?
Yeah. It's caused some controversy in somebody's spirit, caused an inner conflict inside of them. They can't come to grips with JWs actually demand money, and everything. But that's another subject. I ain't want to get too much into that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. All right. So
so
yeah,
what's going on
what you got to
today?
say
What
about this,
what
man?
what about Hebrew
Well,
Israelites?
I just went. yeah, I just went into I wanted to ask my cousin little questions about some things I
Uh,
had. I want to ask him, but tied up. But just how do you know by looking at an individual? Just like I use 21 Savage. Do you know that nigga was Jamaican or wherever he from before he got immigrated?
no, I didn't know that. Now, you know me, now
Yeah,
hip hop culture. That's one thing that I don't really focus too much on, nowadays. But
uh,
I mean, as far as like, I go ahead and tell you though about my views on the Hebrew Israelite, and I just feel as though like you can't really, no one book is going to tell you really what you are. You know what I'm saying? Only science can tell you where you come from or what or what or no, no. Well, science can only tell you where you come from. I mean, just pretty much, or
mm,
your parents, those who lived before you can tell you where you come from. But I mean, like we could look at each other and know, okay, exactly where you come from, but not one particular book is going to tell you that you are these people. And I mean, if you don't
mm.
mind, like I told you before, I know you see you on for 10 minutes, but if you don't mind, can I bring up a quick slideshow real quick if you don't mind?
Yeah, go ahead,
Or
man.
you about to, okay, then just let me share my screen real quick. And this is just a little bit of information just to show you all a reason why I myself do not claim Hebrew Israelite and things like that, because I'm like this. Like I left one cult before, I was born into it. And one thing about it is after we leave the watchtower, we have an obligation to really research things and to really put things into a certain perspective, meaning that it has to align with our reality. And if you read anything and if it doesn't seem logical, you're not supposed to go along with it. So let me share my screen real quick. And it's just pretty much straightforward, because the number one thing in which Hebrew Israelites throw at me, you know, is the scripture. I think it's, what is it, Deuteronomy 28:68. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
scripture,
Deuteronomy
right?
28. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Deuteronomy 28.
So
Yeah,
okay, let me see if you can see my screen real quick. I'm gonna transfer this into a slideshow from the beginning. Can everybody see that right there?
yeah. It's on there. You want me to do the full screen?
It's whatever what
Want
the
me to?
people want. They want the full screen or what? I mean, you want, it's whatever you want.
Yeah,
It's your
y'all want
chance.
to?
It's your
Y'all want?
it's
Okay. Now I'm trying to see if they can see it because sometimes the words might be low. Y'all want to
let me
see?
go
Y'all
to,
want to keep looking at? Y'all want to keep looking at? You want my
y'all want to keep
sexiness
looking at
to
my face.
glean the
Oh, your
screen?
face.
Yeah, yeah. You just want to look at this? Yeah. I
Hey,
put the, 'cause I might be distracting them. I might be
hey, but
my face might be distracted
Jumanji,
from the
you need to
information.
watch it. Your wife,
Yeah.
you already messed up one time on here with your wife on here that time. She heard you say.
Yeah. I'm gonna put the whole screen. You go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Because everybody said the screen is good. I'm just looking at it, make sure. Okay. Because when it goes on live, it kind of um slips behind a little bit. She said, "Give her a chance." So it's on full screen, right? You don't see none of the stuff on the PowerPoint or nothing
uh,
like that.
yeah, yeah. I see the slides on the side. I see. Yeah, you still got the slides on the
The
side. I
full
see
screen.
like your heading. Yeah, yeah.
Oh crap! They ain't what
I
supposed
see
to
the whole
do.
screen. Yeah,
But can you see what's written on here, right? You can see
yeah, yeah. Say the
the issues with the Hebrew Israelite movement and doctrine. Well, it's really what the issues that I have with it. Some people, they might go along with it, but I'm gonna go ahead and
mm,
get it in. Okay. All right.
yeah. Go ahead.
So all right. Anything that you research, you're supposed to do. Anything you do your research on is slide changing real quick, because I'm looking at it right
Uh,
now. Hold on.
no, it's
Did it
still on the
change?
same. No, it's still on
Oh
the same
man,
thing.
come on. Okay, that only works when I do it on my channel. Okay, so that's
Probably got
that
to
ain't
take it out
that.
and share it again. I can
Yeah,
share
it's
it
not really
again. I can
supposed to
take it
do
out. And,
that.
you just change it and share it again.
It's supposed to not be like that. Hold on, because I went full screen. Hold on a second. But everybody can still see that, because I'm just have to leave it like that, because
Yeah, I see it now.
it's supposed
Say,
to.
I see it now. Do your research apply? Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, do you see like the presentation for or anything like that?
the presentation.
No, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, I see.
like,
Yeah, I see.
do you see like where it says from the beginning, like the stuff on
Yeah,
PowerPoint?
yeah, yeah. I see. Yeah, I see all that. Yeah, I
Okay,
see
you're not
the.
really
I see
supposed
the
to see
other
that,
slides you have.
but okay, so I'm just going to just read it because it's not. It only works when I do it on on my joint. But anyway, I'm just gonna read it. Do your research and apply the Jenga method. And basically, what the Jenga method is that like, okay, you ever played Jamon? You ever played the game Jenga before? You know what I'm saying? It's best if you
Yeah.
play it when you drunk, though. You know what I'm saying? Any game, But anyway, but anyway, the Jenga method is okay. If something you pull out pieces, right, and you pull that one piece and the whole entire tower falls down, then that means that okay, once you pull out that piece that makes everything fall down,
Mhm.
then that obliterates the whole doctrine. So basically, if you find that one piece that doesn't sound right, then you just take it out, and then that just lets you know it. Look, this is my gut instinct is telling me that look, this is not truthful. Let me bring up a conversation that I had between a Hebrew Israelite. Never known me before. So this is from a group that I'm in. It's called Knowledge of Ancestry Group. And basically, okay, he left a comment on there, said the children of Israel will be taken away and kept into captivity on ships into captivity in New Egypt. So they basically said children of Israel will be taken away on ships into captivity in a New Egypt. That's what he telling. So I asked him. I already knew where he was going to go to because Jamon, you know how I debate. You know me for like what about a couple of months now. You know how I do. I ask people questions. But anyway, he said Deuteronomy verse 68. He said read the entire chapter when I'm done. Okay, I read this chapter plenty of times, but I did it. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the time I just go to another point when I read this. But I reply, that's an interesting point. I'm trying to be nice and everything. So this morning, it was that morning. I know I was at work. I was sitting at a dock, waiting to get unloaded in my truck. And I'm reading the script. I said, hold up, just something just came out to me. I said, hold up here. And it was this. And this is why I replied to him. I said, hold on, fam. I think this is sort of inaccurate. People bought us. And this verse said no one will buy us. And so if you read Deuteronomy chapter 28:68, then it says at the end, it says, there you will offer yourselves for sale to your enemies as male and female slaves, but no one will buy you. And I mean, clearly, if we know how the slave trade worked, and this brings me on to my next slide. Hebrew Israelites we were bought and sold to buyers. And here's proof. You see all these posters right here. You know what I'm saying? These are actual posters from 1812 to 1700s of advertisements for Africans to be sold. You know what I'm saying? So you all can check those out when you can. And another point right here is this. This is a strong point. I believe Jumanji, I told you about this today, where it says ships does not even appear in the Septuagint. The Septuagint is the Greek version of the Hebrew of the Old Testament. It includes the Apocrypha and the Greek. It was made for the Greek speaking Jews in Egypt. And so this is one of the oldest translations of the Bible that you can find. And so if you see where I did the Greek right there, and then right here, here's the translation. It says, let's see, Jumanji, can you see that translation? Because I got stuff going on my laptop right here. Can you read the translation where it actually says?
Uh-oh.
Can you read that part, or is it too small?
Yeah. Hello. Hey, MKT.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
they kicked me off, man. They actually kicked me off the thing.
Oh, dog. Okay, but everybody else heard what I said, right?
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Rory's in here. Hold on.
Okay.
Let Rory in real quick. Hold on. Oh, it's all star today,
Okay.
man. Hold on. Let me see.
Who's
All
in?
right. Here we go. Hold on. Think say Roy. I can't. Ronnie Roy. Yeah.
Hey, what's that
Ronnie
song they say,
Roy.
Roy? Roy, I can't.
I just know. Hey, I just know Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. Here we go.
Right. Who's this right here? This
Wait,
Roy. Oh,
yeah,
what's good,
Ronnie
Roy?
Roy.
What's going on with you?
Is he on? Hey,
Yeah, I
what's up,
see him
Roy?
right here.
Yeah. Oh, his mic. You gotta turn your mic on. His mic is on mute.
Oh, it's on mic is on mute.
Okay, there we go.
I wish I can make this bigger though, but nobody can see it.
There you go. You on Roy? What's going on? Like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, Roy. Hey, Roy, you in there, boy? Yeah, he froze, man. He got that. Boy, got that old Metro PCS. Got that
Uh-huh.
Metro PCS
Hey, hang on a
internet.
second. Let me try this
His
right
data.
here. Oh, snap. You coming for my boy. Hey, I'm gonna share my whole entire screen real quick. Hold on. Let's see if that makes a difference.
Oh, hey, Roy, Hey, Roy, can you hear me? All right.
Yeah. I see him, but I can't, I can't hear him.
Yeah, okay. His mic is muted. Okay.
But hey, but that was crazy though. Like when I've had many other comebacks for Hebrew Israelites when they came to 2868, but this right here was a kicker, and I'm like, okay, why couldn't a person that first started this cult, like, why couldn't he just actually see the later heading when it says, but no one will buy you? And I mean, that just like that stood out to me. I'm like, yo, like, why couldn't somebody ever see that? It's after a comma. It says, but no one will buy you. And that's even worse. A slave that nobody wants to buy, you know, ain't got no place, no place to go. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, they just that right there should have stood out in front of somebody. Well, I guess everybody else off. Let me read some of these comments right here. Uh, let's see. Jumanji be giving me the show sometimes. Latonya Smith says, House of Shun. Oh, I like that. I get the feeling that because blacks have no identity, they are claiming a lot for their identity. Now that is true. And I mean, y'all, we got so many other things that can help us claim or find our identity. You know what I'm saying? Like all you got to do is just a simple DNA test, or you know what I'm saying, or that just do a DNA test, find out where your where your origins are. You know what I'm saying? And then just align with that because that's what I did, honestly and truthfully.
Yeah, this
Jumanji, you back on?
yeah, man. I got this old this internet is something else, man. Yeah, I'm talking about the other dude. My wireless acting like a doggone slave, man.
Oh yeah, what's he doing? He's
Yeah,
contacting you from his phone.
I don't know, but I'm saying my internet keep
Yeah, he's talking. I can hear him talk, but I can't hear him.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, no, cause my thing keep cutting me off, man. So I got
yeah,
this stepping fetching
yeah. I tell you
you
what.
re-sick
I tell you
boss
what. You.
internet.
I tell you what. You want me to finish this right here, and then I'll click out. Maybe it's having a problem with both of us on here. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
You
actually,
want to
go
just
ahead.
do
I'm gonna
that?
finish up. We probably just do another video another time because yeah, I'm gonna take my wife to work real quick.
Okay. This ain't. I
So
only got two
Roy,
more.
man,
I
if you
only
want to
got
come
two
on
more
next
left, and
time,
I
man,
ain't want to make
yeah,
her upset.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, just go ahead and share my screen so I can finish this up real quick. Ain't gonna take long. Yeah, and I'm doing the full screen right now, so it should look a little bit better. All right, let's see if that looks better. No, I ain't want to start from the beginning. Okay, yeah, that's how I want it. It was on my end.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, but once again, these are actual advertisements and how they actually sold slaves and everything like that. And so their whole what I was doing with this little slide is basically like off the nutshell. I was crumbling their whole entire doctrine right here because when in Deuteronomy, at the end of Deuteronomy chapter 68 said, but no one will buy you. And here, this is an advertisement for slaves to be bought. So again,
Mm,
here is proof of that. I showed you all the original Septuagint, what was written here. And this is before King James. This is for all that. This is from the 3rd and 2nd century BC, a Bible. And the word ships does not appear in there. It says the Lord carried thee back over the sea to Egypt. And basic English, from the basic English language and the basic meaning of words, oceans are vast bodies of water that cover roughly about 70% of the earth. Seas are smaller, in particular enclosed by land. The five oceans of the earth are in reality one large interconnected water body. In contrast, there are 50 smaller seas scattered across the world. And so basically what I did was that I was trying to show everybody, look, we were brought from Africa all the way up to North America. We had to cross the ocean. So why are the Hebrew Israelites saying that we will be brought over here by ships? But the original translation says that it's seas instead of it don't say nothing about no ocean. The only thing it says was ships, and that's the issue. They're looking at one particular word and running off with it, kind of like what you said about Watchtower. Another thing that people don't know is that the transatlantic slave trade was not the only slave trade that affected Africans or anybody. You've got the right here, this is the Barbary slave trade, and then you've got the Arab slave trade. I believe Jumanji don't have no time. I could really go in about this right here, but he doesn't have no time. But please look up the Barbary slave trade and the Arab slave trade. And both of these slave trades, you both had people transported on ships. So my argument is this: anyone from that Bible can claim that they were brought, that verse is talking about them. Anybody can claim that, but the truth of the matter is that's not what was being said. And that's about it. That's all I got to say about that. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, so I mean
That's
that's
all I
just
got to
plain and
say
simple.
about
Yeah,
that.
that's just plain. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all you got to say about that. I mean, what more is there to say about it? I mean, Deuteronomy chapter 6, when they use that, it's just somebody doing the same thing like Watchtower. And matter of fact, all cults do that. What's imperative is that for you to do your DNA, do your research on your family, find out where you come from, align with that. The Bible is not talking about one particular person or anyone else is going to be enslaved. This, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? And when I told the Hebrew Israelite this argument, he said, "Well, I'm gonna do some more research about like that." The same thing that JWs do. When you catch them on a point, what we taught to say, "Oh, I'm gonna do some more research," knowing doggone well we didn't do
Yeah,
no
yeah,
research on it. Because
yeah,
matter of
yeah.
fact, when the JWs came to my house and they, I was bringing some stuff to them, they said, "Oh, well, we're going to definitely come back. We're going to go back and do some more research. We're definitely going to come back." But I knew all along, like when I tell somebody that means I'm trying to get myself up out of there because this person, obviously, I can't convert this person, so I'm gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, they
Yeah.
do the same
Uh-huh.
exact thing. But like I said, solutions is if you want to figure out who you are, do African ancestry is really good. It's black owned. If you are African American, you want to find out where tribe you came from, do African ancestry. That's really good. It's a little expensive, you know what I'm saying, but just save your money, yo. Every time you get paid,
Mhm.
put at least 10, tide yourself, put 10% into a little bucket and say, okay, this is for my African ancestry fund. Then you get the money up, go and do it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It'll
exactly.
actually
Yeah.
tell you where you come from. Ancestry, it'll give you an overview of what all places, what your DNA is, where where what the mixture is and everything like that. But you don't have to sit up there and think that, oh well, these people are going to be enslaved or they're the devil or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? That's just all I got. That's just my
Mhm.
beef with it.
Yeah.
But don't go from one cult to another cult. That's
Yeah.
all I got
All
to say
right.
about that. Yep.
Yeah. All right. So, hey, think. Okay. Are you gonna
Yo,
be
what's up?
available next week?
Look, I'm married, you married. It's depending on what the boss got going on. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think I have. Well, I will say this though. I was gonna
You gonna be available
I
next
have.
week?
You remember the XJW? You know the XJW that's from Africa. He
Okay.
said
I
that.
want to do it.
Go ahead. Hold on, I can't hear you.
Oh no, I was listening. No, I was listening. But
No.
no,
Okay,
I
what I'm
was listening to
saying
what you
was
were
I
saying.
have a Okay, there's an XJW from Nigeria. That I was gonna get him on my channel and do a little quick video. But matter of fact, man, I can. Well, that might mess up with the Wi-Fi and everything. I don't know how his Wi-Fi. I mean, how his internet's really working. But we were supposed to do a video. But what you had planned though?
I wanted to. So somebody asked me now about the Bible and God. So I didn't want to be dismissed. I didn't want to, I didn't want to go off topic. I don't like because I go on a tangent and then I forget the whole topic of the video. We did last time with Amber Geiger. We went,
Hey,
we went all over the place. I didn't want to do that. I don't want to do
hey,
that.
but check
So
this out,
I
though,
think next week I want.
hey, but check this out, though. You know what I do with somebody? I ain't mean to cut you off, but you know what I do with somebody asks me that?
Uh,
Uh
yeah.
oh.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna let you
All
go,
right.
okay? Because I already know how it is. Okay.
No, she's gone now. Somebody else. Nobody. Actually, somebody
Oh,
else. So that's cool. Cool.
oh, okay.
Okay.
I thought she said,
No,
"Look,
cause
it's
she got
time
a
to
she
go."
no
It's
she
time to.
no no she no she got she no she got her own car. I mean, she got her own
Okay,
car.
okay,
So
but now what I was saying was
so yeah.
no, what I was saying now, but quick overview though, like when somebody asked me that, and I used to not have the question because we're used to addressing everybody with titles. Like when somebody would ask you a question, they'll be like, "Hey, what do you believe in?" It's so much easier to say, "Oh, I'm a Jehovah's Witness." But when you
Mm-hmm,
are not a part of any church, or you have a different view that's not aligned with anyone else, when somebody asks me that question now, the best answer you can give them say, I believe in you, or I believe we can believe in each other because we're real.
mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying? I can believe you
mm-hmm,
can do things for me, but in actuality, I believe in life. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
And that's why I tell anybody, that's why I wear my ankh everywhere I go. I believe in life. I believe in enjoyment. And I mean, my church is when I have people over and do cookouts. We're having church over here. You know what I'm saying? When we
mm-hmm.
have cookouts and we
Yeah,
have some
yeah.
doggone steak on the grill, we having church.
Hmm.
We honoring our lives. You know what I'm saying? We honoring everything. We
Uh-huh.
honoring God, everything like that. So that's what I believe. I believe in life. I believe in
Mm,
everybody else. And that's like the best
okay.
answer you can give anybody. Yeah.
Mm,
But you're
yeah.
gonna do a video on
Yeah.
your
So
beliefs.
you do a video on what I believe now, as far as God and the Bible, kind of going more. I don't know, Ryan. Hoping if it was dissing him, man. 'Cause I really couldn't hear him. It's like take a screen. Then I don't know what's going on with that, man.
Y'all just
My
need to do a
internet,
video together.
yeah, I got a Comcast, and Comcast been slipping,
Oh,
man.
you got
So
Comcast. Hey, real quick though, I didn't mean
yeah,
to
yeah.
cut you off again, but did you see that video of that dude spazzing off at the Comcast place and him and his wife got into it? She told us he told her, no, we ain't paying on that. We ain't paying on that. Like that. You ever see that video?
No, I didn't see that.
I'm gonna send it to you to get off, man, because you need to laugh today.
Oh yeah, yeah, I see. I haven't seen him. Yeah, no, I went. What happened is, went across the street because they have a barbecue over there, and
Okay.
not to be, and it's a pretty big game. Not to be, prejudiced or nothing. I don't feel comfortable when I'm the only black person in the room. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like a white guy. My wife go over there because they need help, but you step in a room full of white people, you start to get tense. And so one lady, she was like,
You don't know who views
she
you.
didn't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like she. I got a vibe that oh man, I never been as close to black people before. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like all that. So I just came home, but it's like, damn, man, like get over it, man. We in 2019, man. We in no situation where I could walk with my head up high against you guys. All right, I ain't got to walk with my
Mhm.
head down like
Yeah.
this ain't 1930. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel that sometimes they feel that we walk in their presence, we gotta put our heads down and wait for them to give us permission to speak. Hell no, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
So
but
it's
check this
like,
out though.
yeah,
One of my this happened to one of my friends though. Like he was talking to this woman and then like he was showing I guess I don't know what had how the conversation came up, but she was like, "Oh, how often do you see his kids?" And then he was like, "What are you talking about? I'm I'm
wow,
married. Like I live."
oh, wow,
Yeah, he's like, "What are
yeah,
you talking?"
yeah,
Yeah, he's like,
yeah.
yeah. So I
You
mean,
got
it's like right off the
did
bat.
he get did you get? She say, "Oh, sweetie, did you get those letters with Mickey Mouse on them from your dad?"
Yeah, like he's like, what do you? He's like, I live with my kids. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah, but
that's
I
crazy,
mean,
man.
yeah, but it's kind of like me, okay. When I tell people or people look into my situation, they may think that okay, oh shoot, hold on, my laptop's I might need to plug that in, but anyway, when people look into my situation, they don't think that I have custody of my daughter when I went through the court system and got custody over. So I mean, a lot of people, they might not think that, I tell them, oh yeah, I was on child support one time, I got off of it, got custody of my daughter and everything. I don't fit that
Mm-hmm.
when people, yeah, it's a stereotype. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got
Stereotype,
one,
exactly.
one
But I
child, maybe
mean,
I wear a lot and everything.
I
Yeah, what we
mean,
saying?
statistically, black fathers are the most involved fathers on the earth. They just put this whole
Yeah,
fake narrative out, and people who don't hang around black people wouldn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Black fathers are the most. We as black men, we love children. We just don't like
yeah,
them being used against us, as I heard another person say. We don't like women using them against us, but we like children for the most part. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
when you start to
exactly.
use them against us, we don't like that. That's when we back off. But statistically speaking, black fathers are more involved than any other race in their children's life. You can look it up. But yeah, I don't want to get too much off subject. But yes, that's the whole thing. I was just, when it gets to Deuteronomy 28, and when I asked about because there's a scripture in there. Let me see if I could bring it up. Let me see if I can bring this up real quick. And let me see. Deuteronomy 28:53. Eating the flesh of our sons and daughters. Okay. Anybody who have studied slavery knows that, okay, some slaves, they actually jumped over the ships so their kids would not suffer that. Okay. So yeah, his laptop died. Okay. So some of the slaves jumped over the ships into the ocean because they didn't want their kids to experience that. You know what I'm saying? But ain't nowhere in history did African slaves eat their children during slavery. You know what I'm saying? It did not get that bad. So when the Hebrew Israelites use these scriptures, Deuteronomy 28, they don't take the whole context. You see what I'm saying? They don't take the whole context. Um, and so when you read context, it's the same thing when I'm comparing the Jehovah Witnesses to the Hebrew Israelites. Jehovah Witnesses don't take the context. Okay, they look at scriptures and some of it sounds right, but they don't look at the context. They don't look at the background. So when you don't look at the context of Deuteronomy, you'll sit there and say, "Oh yeah, they go to land. Okay, that might apply. That might apply." But we have never, in the history of slavery, eaten our children. You see what I'm saying? For the most part, the slaves' food was picked for them. It might have been mush. It might have been pig intestines. It might have been a turd from a doggone dog. You see what I'm saying? But slaves, I have never read them eating their children because one of the curses of Deuteronomy would have to do with famine. And yes, during famine, you get so hungry you will eat. You know what I'm saying? But during slavery, there was not a famine on the plantation. So what they'll go to is, oh, where's a parallel? It's a parallel. What do you call that? Parallel fulfillment. This is what Jehovah Witness did, going back to the time of Ezekiel. Now, Ezekiel, a little background on Ezekiel. I'm gonna end this real quick. I know y'all sitting here. I can do it a little faster now, so I ain't got to worry about the slides. Going back to the book of Ezekiel. Joe Witness came out with a whole book interpreting Ezekiel. Ezekiel was a prophet that exiled in the first wave of exiles to Babylon. Okay, while in exile, he received a vision of God on a chariot in the sky, coming from the temple. You understand what I'm saying? So what he did is he wrote his book of Ezekiel to talk to the Israelites back in Israel because there were still Israelites back in Israel doing the Israelites in Babylon. So God told Ezekiel why they were in Babylon and why he's going to remove them. But then he also talked about a new temple. This new temple no one will tear down, and that the measuring line, they're going to measure a new temple and build a new temple. Basically going to restore Israel and that everything's going to be the way he wanted it. What Joe Winters would do would read that scripture and try to apply to their spiritual condition. I'm like, hell no, man. Ezekiel had no spiritual condition. spiritual thing applying to people in the USA. Ezekiel was talking about the Israelites and Israelites alone, and that they lost it to them because of their action, and that there's a man measure line showing that the temple is not done. It's going to be rebuilt. And this is what the Hebrew Israelites do. They'll look at that Deuteronomy and apply certain parts, and the parts that were not fulfilled, oh, that applied to 70 CE. Oh, yeah, that applied to the day. That applied to 70 CE. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, Latanya said, I don't eat children. I don't, I can't eat no children, man. I don't eat no children, man. You got to detox these children. All this stuff these kids eat, all these antibiotics and hormones. Oh, you got to detox these kids before you eat them, man. They got so much stuff in these kids' food, man. You eat that stuff, man, your stomach will explode, man. All them Takis and hot Cheetos. I don't mess with none of that stuff. But I can't eat no children today, man. These children in America, they eat all kind of toxic stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? I just eat right and drink this, man. That's it. That's all you need, man. You eat right, vegetables, drink this, man. You'll be healthy and you'll live forever, man. But anyway, I think that's gonna be it. Um, hey, Romy, Ron, if you want to come back on, man, next when I have time, hit me up in my email, man. I'll send. Oh shit, what the? I'll send you a link, and we can get it in, man. But yeah, next week I think I will come on and I don't know if butterfly, no ladybug. Yeah, ladybug. I don't know if ladybug's still in here. She might be gone. Um, next week I'll go into what I believe. Now, even though it don't really matter what I believe. I mean, me personally, whatever you believe, that's what you choose to believe, man. It's how you treat people. That's the most important thing, and that's what Jehovah's Witnesses never highlighted. They were so focused on doctrine, so focused on being different from mainstream Christianity, that they were not focused on how they treat other people that disagree with them, how they treated their children that disagreed, all on the basis of the fact, oh, we got the proof. We got the proof. Okay, but your doggone child, you ain't talking to your child, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'll go into what I believe next week. Um, doesn't matter what I believe, but I'll do it for the sake of it. Selling boss lady said, okay, they pick and choose scriptures and butcher the true meaning. That's why they have all the questions and answers. The public cannot question a thing. All part of brain magic. Exactly. Exactly. But anyway, man, I want to thank you guys for coming on. Watching me stumble over my words earlier, man. I think I'm gonna do a little editing of this video, man, and try to get it. Thank you guys, man. Again, I'm out.